Hello, everyone. I thought I would do something a little bit different and do this. Yeah. To coincide with HBO doing their marathon rerun of all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones, I thought I might read a little bit. And particularly just because I hadn't really read this since I first filmed this show all those many years ago. So I thought I would read Arya's first introduction to Syrio, going back to George R.R. Martin's words, going back to the source. So, excuse my creaky chair. Yeah, here we go. Now, he took the blade up again and walked to the window, where he stood for a moment, looking out across the courtyard. When he turned back, his eyes were thoughtful. He seated himself on the window seat, needle across his lap. Arya, sit down. I need to try to explain some things to you. She perched anxiously on the edge of her bed. You're too young to be burdened with all my cares, he told her. But you're also a Stark of Winterfell. You know our words. Winter is coming, Arya whispered. The hard, cruel times, her father said. We tasted them on the Trident, child. And when Bran fell. You were born in the long summer, sweet one. You've never known anything else. But now the winter is truly coming. Remember the sigil of our house, Arya? The direwolf, she said, thinking of Nymeria. She hugged her knees against her chest, suddenly afraid. Let me tell you something about wolves, child. When the snows fall and the white winds blow, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. Summer is the time for squabbles. In winter we must protect one another, keep each other warm, share our strengths. So, if you must hate, Arya, hate those who would truly do you harm. Septa Mordain is a good woman, and Sansa is your sister. You may be as different as the sun and the moon, but the same blood flows through both your hearts. You need her, as she needs you. And I need both of you, God help me. He sounded so tired that it made Arya sad. I don't hate Sansa, she told him. Not truly. It was only half a lie. I do not mean to frighten you, but neither will I lie to you. We have come to a dark, dangerous place, child. This is not Winterfell. We have enemies who mean us ill. We cannot fight a war amongst ourselves. This willfulness of yours, the running off, the angry words, the disobedience, and home, these were only the summer games of a child. Here and now, with winter soon upon us, that is a different matter. It is time to begin growing up. I will, Arya vowed. She had never loved him so much as she did in that instant. I can be strong too. I can be as strong as Robb. He held needle out to her, hilt first. Here. She looked at the sword with wonder in her eyes. For a moment, she was afraid to touch it. afraid that if she reached for it, it would be snatched away again. But then her father said, "Go on. It's yours." And she took it in her hand. "I can keep it," she said. "For true?" "For true." He smiled. "If I took it away, no doubt I'd find a morning star hidden under your pillow within a fortnight. Try not to stab your sister, no matter what the provocation." "I won't. I promise." Arya clutched the needle tightly to her chest as her father took his leave. The next morning, as they broke their fast, she apologized to Septa Mordain and asked for her pardon. The Septa peered at her suspiciously, but father nodded. 3 days later, at midday, her father's steward, Veon Poole, sent Arya to the small hall. The trestle tables had been dismantled and the benches shoved against the walls. The hall seemed empty until an unfamiliar voice said, "You are late, boy." A slight man with a bald head and a great beak of a nose stepped out of the shadows, holding a pair of slender wooden swords. "Tomorrow you will be here at midday." He had an accent, the lilt of the free cities, Bravos perhaps, or Mir. "Who are you?" Arya asked. "I am your dancing master." He tossed her one of the wooden blades. She grabbed for it, missed, and heard it clatter to the floor. "Tomorrow you will catch it. Now, pick it up." It was not just a stick, but a true wooden sword complete with grip and guard and pommel. Arya picked it up and clutched it nervously with both hands, holding it out in front of her. It was heavier than it looked, much heavier than needle. The bald man clicked his teeth together. "That is not the way, boy. This is not a great sword that is needing 2 hands to swing it. You will take the blade in 1 hand. "It's too heavy," Arya said. "It is heavy as it needs to be to make you strong, and for the balancing. A hollow inside is filled with lead, just so. 1 hand now is all that is needed." Arya took her right hand off the grip and wiped her sweaty palm on her pants. She held the sword in her left hand. He seemed to approve. "The left is good. All is reversed. It will make your enemies more awkward. Now, you are standing wrong. Turn your body side face. Yes. So, you are skinny. Skinny as the shaft of a spear, do you know? That is good too. The target is smaller. Now the grip, let me see." He moved closer and peered at her hand, prying her fingers apart, rearranging them. "Just so. Yes. Do not squeeze it so tight. No, the grip must be deft, delicate." "What if I drop it?" Arya said. "The steel is part of your arm," the bald man told her. "Can you drop part of your arm?" "No. 9 years Syrio Forel was first sword of the Sea Lord of Bravos. He knows these things. Listen to him, boy." It was the 3rd time he had called her a boy. "I'm a girl," Arya objected. "Boy, girl," Syrio Forel said. "You are a sword, that is all." He clicked his teeth together. "Just so. That is the grip. You are not holding a battle axe. You are holding a needle," Arya finished for him fiercely. "Just so. Now we will begin the dance. Remember, child, this is not the Iron Dance of Westeros we are learning. The Knight's Dance, hacking and hammering, no. This is the Bravos Dance, the Water Dance, swift and sudden. All men are made of water. Do you know this? When you pierce them, the water leaks out and they die. He took a step backwards, raised his own wooden blade. Now you will try to strike me. Arya tried to strike him. She tried for 4 hours, until every muscle in her body was sore and aching, while Syrio Forel clicked his teeth together and told her what to do. The next day, their real work began. Just so.